but a cloud is a separation. On my soul, I am enough. I ain't gonna lie, I've been looking like different recently in my life. Like, I think it's working out more. I think it's eating good as hell. And then on top of that, I've been doing my cardio. I started cardio today, and when I tell y'all, I'm still like recovering from the cardio I did, bro. Like, I've always been a hard worker, whether it's school, well, that's a little stretch, but work and taking care of my body, I work really hard at doing that. And as I work hard in doing so, sometimes I gotta remember, like, hey, Jared, you ain't did this in a minute now. Don't rush it. Sometimes I gotta remind myself of that. Anywho, welcome to a live video. Welcome to the squadron. Welcome. My name is Jared Cinco. I go live every, let me turn this, well, I need to change my, my screen protector. But, what's up? My name is Jared Cinco. I talk about the things I've learned throughout the week every Thursday and Friday. Thursday is like a really good way I can take what I plan and place it into the video and stay and keep going with the plan of what we are talking about. Fridays is kind of like a free flow. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes even Thursdays is a free flow. However, I'm getting better at like being more accountable for how I utilize the day, my time, and my environment. So, excuse me. Pretty soon I'm gonna start having like music playing with this too, cause I ain't gonna lie, like having a little background music, you know what I'm saying, adds a little pizzazz to it. But anywho, in the meantime, I'm just gonna give y'all some of the things I've learned, and today's conversation is about the word pollen and the trees, the code the trees gives to us. So we all know 100% that when it comes to springtime, pollen be going crazy. Like, shoot, last week, the pollen count in Atlanta was the highest it's ever been, right? And during that process, I honestly was like, damn, there's so much pollen. Like, the trees damn near look like they've been sitting near trees all day. Like, it's crazy. But in this conversation, we're gonna talk about the code I found within the word pollen. And I figured out this code when I was at work on a Saturday morning. So if you're here right now, please like the video. It costs $0 to support somebody. You can subscribe if you want. I'm gonna be here for probably like the next 35 minutes, maybe less. It all depends on how much time it takes for me to get to where I'm going. My name is Jared Cinco. I'm from Chicago, but I live currently in Georgia. And I also post music. I have other content as well. If you want to check it out, just go to my name and you will see my other content, and you can just go through there. So, and to get a little bit more deeper with me, because my name is Cinco, this channel is called Cinco Live, Elevate the Convo. Cinco is code for seeing codes. So, as I've been doing these videos consistently for like the past 4 or 5 weeks, I've noticed how much more I'm able to see the codes that the universe is providing to me. So as we grow in this conversation, I want you to just try to pick up the things that I'm dropping down, and they could possibly help you in your journey. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Jen? And what's up, Christy? How you doing? If y'all are here right now, please like the video. It costs $0 to like a video, $0. So we're finna get into it. Pollen, bro. P.O.L.L.E.N, pollen. So when I was at work on Saturday, I had found that pollen, just like all words, they could be an acronym for something else. People call God, but I see God as an acronym, which means generator, operator, destroyer. You can even create codes in everyday life, like the word shit, S-H-I-T. I've made that acronym to Supreme Healing in Time, or Supreme Hero in Time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, when you ever drop the word shit in the right placement, it be like perfect. It can be a laughter, or it can provide a certain emotion that just goes across the whole universal aspect of the conversation. And then I had another word, but we're just gonna focus on the ones I've already said. So hi bro, how are you? I'm good, bro. I'm honestly just got off work. I'm kind of winding down from this cardio workout I did today. Man, that I only did cardio for like 35-40 minutes, but when I tell you, I feel every 35 and 40 minutes of that shit right now. And I did the workout. What time did I start? I started the workout at 8:30. I finished at 9:20 because I was like, yeah, I can't. So for those out there who's going through like finding ways to be more healthy and stuff like that, understand cardio is very important. Cardio is very important because my body looks good. I'm pretty strong. However, it's just something about cardio, moving your body. So let's get into it. P.O.L.N, P.O.L.L.E.N. So the acronym I created for the word pollen is pause, observe, listen, learn, embrace, and nurture. All right, I'm gonna say it again. The acronym for pollen that I found that I've came into connecting with has been pollen's acronym is pause, observe, listen, learn, embrace, and nurture. Now we're gonna break down why is it that, and how did I even come up with it. So first we go through how did I even stumble across it. So I was at work, and I do a lot of mental alchemy. I do a lot of emotional balancing, and I do a lot of communication with my spirit animals, or mainly spirit guides, as we all should as well. If you have a belief system, understand that the stronger your belief system is, the more in depth you're going to be in who you are. The more in depth you're going to understand yourself because of your belief system. A lot of people who are Christian, they get deeper. The more they get into Christianity, the more they get to tap in with themselves because that's their belief system. Well, the way my belief system works is everything outside of you is also inside of you. And there are also multiple different influences and attributes that contribute to your actions, to your personality, and to who you are. You can add astrology into that. You can add numerology into that. You can add spirits, angels, demons, gods, goddesses, devil, whatever. You can add whatever you want to that, because I necessarily wouldn't really label my belief system. However, it's just being truly in tune with life and all the things that encompass life as much as possible, because there's so many unseen things that we can't tap into simply because that aspect of life is on a higher frequency. So as I speak on this conversation with P.O.L.N, understand I've gained the acronym to it because I was at a higher frequency to understand that pollen is not just pollen. It breaks down to something deeper. And if you understand how pollen is also like tree sperm, if you kind of think about it, pollen comes from trees, male trees. And when pollen is spread around this environment, what happens? The things bloom, they blossom. Just like how when a man sprays his shit all around inside of a woman, something blooms, something blossoms. You know what I'm saying? So this acronym I'm going to be breaking down is based off of some of the life experiences I've had, and also some of the things that I'm noticing in my life just with the people that I know. So for instance, the P in pollen, the word I get when I hear the word pollen is pause in the first letter, which is P. Pause means take your time, slow shit down, wait a second. Don't be so in a rush. Don't force, don't do nothing. Take a moment and just be still. Be still with a high level of awareness. When I say be still, I'm not saying like be still and don't know what you're trying to do or don't know what you're thinking. Like, no, be still consciously, meaning take 3 deep breaths. Take a moment to disregard everything outside of you and simply just take a moment to feel your heart. Take a moment to feel your lungs grow and get smaller. this is what I mean by pause, and I extended this as well because I had took time to write some stuff down, which is in my journal right here. So the acronym, not acronym, the more expansive version of the word pause in this acronym, in the whole word pollen, is use the present moment to center yourself. Ground yourself in the frequency of an open perception of life. If you keep your perception a lot more open in life and not be more closed off, it'll be a lot easier to gain the peace that you're looking for, and also gain the level of creativity to put you in the flow that you want to be part of. And once you dive deeper into that flow and you be consistent in that flow, you're going to start seeing a greater level of, let's just say, adaptations in what you do. Things are going to build, things are going to grow, things are going to start evolving. And the best way you can see things evolving and actually understand the process of how it got there, or the steps you took, is to slow down a little bit. Like pause for a second. Be present enough to breathe. Take time with yourself to breathe. All right. Now, my mom, right? This will get a little personal. My mom has been talking about, she's been having like menopause and stuff like that, menopause symptoms and stuff like that. Now, I don't know the specific definition of what menopause is, so I looked it up before I started the live. And when I looked it up, if you're here right now, please like the video and just stay a long time. You may find and hear something that may expand your consciousness a little bit. So when I dove into the word pause, I thought of the word menopause, and I didn't understand what it really meant, so I looked it up. And menopause is basically your ovaries are not providing more hormones, and this causes a lack of motivation and it's difficulty in concentrating. Now, I'm a big advocate of understanding words on a bigger scale. Like, why do we name certain things? Like, why do we name a car a car? Why is a building called a building? Why is the library called a library? All of these things, right? Everything has a underlined meaning behind the actual truth of what it is. So I took it upon myself to look up and break down the word menopause. Menopause gives you 3-day breakdowns. You get men, O, and pause. Men are structural, logical, we're leaders. In a lot of cases, we're very simple as well. Men O also gives the connection to memo, like a message, and menu. So meno is menstruation, memo is a message, and a menu is options. Pause means to stop continuing. So that makes me think, if pause is connected to the word menopause, and I was saying that, and we know that men are leaders, men are logical, and men are structural, and men are simple. So if there's a word where the men is first and they're causing something to pause, what are the men leading that's causing women specifically to be paused, to where they're stopped developing the frequencies of being literally aroused or excited or motivated to do what they want to do? And a lot of times, a lot of men, they pause themselves from evolving as a person because they feel where they're at is the peak, there's the pinnacle, or even that peak or pinnacle can be above or below. Mountains, just as much as you see a mountain as high as you see it in Egypt and stuff like that, there is a mountain that's below us that's pointing the same distance, if not more. So what I decided to understand a little bit more is that men, we are creators. We are 100%, well, women are creators too, but specifically men, we initiate the process. And that process can be to anything. You know what I'm saying? One of my belief systems is that the feminine energy is the first manifested source that has an embodiment, and that feminine energy created a masculine energy to structure what she has created, to provide some type of like borders, rules, so that what she has created can evolve through time and not just be sporadic everywhere and spontaneous everywhere, but it has a sense of like ease within itself, a calmness within itself, where it can take its time to grow and build and understand the different depths and levels of how it can get there. So it's a lot of traffic. I ain't gonna cap you down. So for all the men out there that's seeing this in the future, people that's seeing this now, what are you leading in your life? If you have people that's willing to listen to you, willing to hear you, willing to feel you out, willing to allow you to vent to them or provide any source of like information, what is it that you're leading that you can now start today to be aware of? What are you leading in your reality? If you were walking a trail and every step you took leaves an imprint, what type of imprint are you leaving? All right. So look, now we go to observe. All right. And remember, P.O.L.E.N is a code for pause, observe, listen, learn, embrace, and nurture. Okay. This code is something that trees are subconsciously providing to people when they're able to accept the spring, literally, because pollen happens in springtime, and springtime means a new beginning. Springtime means a whole charge up. It's like you haven't been, it's like, imagine when you're using your phone and it goes down to like 15%, that's winter. 15% is like degrees if you think about it. So when your phone is getting above that 50, that 60, that 70 mark, that means that your phone is ready to spring and do something new for you. And it's the same thing with your body. Some people, hold up. All right, there we go. Some people's bodies are 100% not at the level they want. All right, we should be good. So some people's bodies are not at the level they want it to be, or even the level they perceive it to be, because a lot of people don't recognize how important the body is. A lot of times people are so disconnected to their body. Anytime they hear a voice or hear an idea, it only comes from their head. However, we have so many different systems and functions and programs within our own body. And when I say programs, I mean it's something that our body has agreed to do to keep it alive. That's the quote unquote program. And you can connect to your body in many different ways by just allowing your awareness to focus on a specific position in your body. And when you're able to do that, you can now differentiate when you're using your mind, or when your mind is speaking, or energies inside your mind is speaking, or when your body is trying to provide you a message, because within your body also holds ancestors and many, many past lives, as well as the mind does too. It all depends on how do you perceive a bodily communication compared to a mental communication. And this is why this dives perfectly into observe. You have to be able to observe not only your outer but inner world as well. If you can observe how you feel, if you can observe how you think, then you can get to an accepting point of view of how you can observe and make the right decisions in your reality consistently. Because that's the biggest thing. Discipline and is that another word I'm looking for? Or is it discipline? Being disciplined is hard, but being consistent is very hard. It's very hard to get up and do what you want to do every day. Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, so many other people in the world, not even in sports, get up and do what they do every day because they desire to be consistent, because they want their reality to be consistent with them. This is why I can kind of understand millionaires and billionaires to a certain degree, because I may not have the millions or investments that they have, but I have the willingness to be consistent. willingness to make changes, and willingness to know if I'm being consistent in this one space, how is it affecting the other things I do? And the more you get better at, the more you get better at being consistent of how one thing affects other things, then you get better at balancing your reality, balancing your actions, balancing what you do. And balance is so important because it's like the weight of scales. Your body is the scale itself, and what you hold up is what you necessarily value, but what's carrying the weight is your priority. Your priorities, which I've talked about in the last video. If you want to check that out, go ahead to my channel and go ahead and watch that. If you understand how important your priorities are, the deeper you're into your priorities, the more valuable your life can be. Let me say that again. The deeper you're into your priorities, the higher your value will be, because you're able to take care of the stuff you're responsible for. And that's what it all comes down to a lot of times. If you can be responsible for yourself and be responsible for your actions, your emotions, and your thoughts, if you can be accountable for those, you can now dive into knowing how to listen. So a lot of people, they listen to words, but not the energy or the feeling behind the words. Instead, they get too attached to how the word affects them, instead of the person actually speaking what they're saying and understanding their emotional projection, mental projection, or just their soul's release to you. People get so caught up in specific words or specific sayings. Fuck all that. If I'm talking to you, hear me and feel me out from a soul, heart, mind level. Because yes, my body is gonna do what it's gonna do, but the words I say have meaning to it. They hold weight. Literally everything you speak into your reality comes true. If I'm accepting the fact that I will have not only investments, money, but a community that is so amazing, we can so amazing that we can have our own cities, our own countries, our own everything, and be able to give back to the world in multiple different ways. That means I'm willing to put that into position. A lot of people just want to be more selfish with the money they receive, and that's okay. It's fine with being selfish. It's fine with even not accepting money and doing things for free. That's completely okay. However, understand everything you do affects your environment, internally and externally. All right? So, observe. Look at your environment without taking a personal, emotional reaction to what's going on. Instead, look at it for what it is. Accept what it is and accept what isn't. We get so caught up in like judgment and egotistical, what's the words I want to use? We get so caught up in judgment and egotistical responses that we're not actually embracing what it is that we're observing. All right? And this goes into listening again, because I know we took a step back, but we're going to move back up. So when listening, it's about hearing more than just the words. What do you feel when you hear what you hear? What does your mind pick up when you hear what you hear? Shit, even on a greater level, when you're alone by yourself, how are you listening to yourself? And how do you respond? How are you listening to how your body speaks to you? How are you listening to how your mind speaks to you? How do you even listen to how your environment speaks to you? Because we all know that there's angel numbers. Our angels talk to us through numbers. And also our ancestors talk to us through numbers. Shoot, our ancestors even talk to us through people, just like angels do. Through devices, just like angels do. Just like demons do. Understand that every angel has a demon counterpart. Alright? So, and even to even get deeper, all angels have the potential to be a demon, because a demon is simply demanding attention, demanding energy. An angel is trying to show you the light. The problem is some people don't recognize you could be connected with an angel, but what type of light is that angel providing to you? And can you either accept this light, grow this light, alchemize this light, transform this light? It's up to you. You have the power to do whatever you want with what you are receiving. And this goes into learn. Because once you're able to listen to yourself, now it is time to get a deeper understanding of learning you. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is going to live your life but you. So if that is true, and we know that's true, then how can we learn to get better at listening, observing, and taking our time with us? Because I'm also one of those people who have 100%, like, thank you for those who like the video. I am 100% one of those people that would try to do things fast because I see other people doing it as well. And that's the problem. We get so connected and so manipulated into trying to hurry up and get rich, hurry up and build, hurry up and do this, that, and the third, when, bro, the greatest sculptures in the world took time. The greatest legacies in the world took time. Think about it. Michael Jackson didn't go get famous overnight. He started as a child, and he didn't become the king of pop till he was like, what, 30 something? Or 20s? It may have been late 20s or early, whatever. But even still, if he started singing at like 9, and he was like 25 when he gained the king of pop title, that's still 16 years. It takes years to get where you want to go. And to even give you more context, 1 billion seconds is 31 years. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. And guess how long 1 million seconds is? 1 million seconds is 11 minutes. 11 fucking minutes is 1 million seconds. That's that. Wow. Like, let that sit with you for a second. Like, 1 million seconds is 11 minutes. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. This smoothie is so good. Bananas with blueberries, can't go wrong. It's kind of funny how when I started to tell people I'm going live and stuff like that, I started to get less people that comes into the live and actually interact. I think that's just a test, to be honest. Because watch, tomorrow and next week, that shit gonna go back up to 140, 150 views and shit like that. And it's not about the views. I don't do this shit for views. I truthfully do this to express the things I'm learning and get better at speaking. Like, real shit. The better I get at speaking, the more I can listen and learn, pause, observe, the more I'm able to use the things that not only I'm teaching, but the things that the universe is providing to me. So we talked about pause, we talked about observing, we talked about listen, we talked about learn. Now embrace. Understand, y'all. You need to embrace your shadow self. Embrace the shadow you. Don't fight the shadow you, because why would you want to fight something that is built to help you if you're willing to be helped? For example, if I am a contractor for a wood company and I hire somebody to help make sure when the wood comes in, they take care of it, sandpaper it down to keep it smooth, right? Imagine every time I order some wood in, and the guy I hired to basically make sure the wood is good and taken care of. Imagine I treated him like shit, and his job is to clean the wood that I'm providing to other people. Imagine I treated him like shit. That would end up me hurting the progress of my company, the progress of my business. So I say this in this context because your shadow, your dark self, the version of you that you keep behind closed doors, if you become more friends with that version of you, you'll start to gain secrets that has been waiting to be open to you. That makes sense? See, expand it a little bit. there's been videos of like people with superpowers and stuff like that, and we label it superpowers, but it's simply a higher level of consciousness. Everything is energy, everything is cells. If I was to move something with my mind, I'm basically connecting to the ethereal plane that has us all connected, and I'm able to communicate to whatever it is I'm trying to move with my mind or with my soul or with my spirit or even all the cells in my body to do whatever I want that object to do. In order to do certain things that you really want, you have to gain the relationship that opens up the barriers to do it. For instance, and not trying to overload with examples, you had to get comfortable with driving a car before you really started driving your car. The first time you drove, you were a little scared. You were a little, you know what I'm saying? Your relationship with the action of driving had to grow to get better at driving. So if you are great at embracing good food, embracing people, embracing new opportunities, I'm challenging you to embrace the aspects of you that you fight, the aspects of you that you've pushed to the side, the aspects of you that you are scared to embrace because you feel like you can't control that version of you. All it takes is either a simple conversation. All it takes is a change of environment. It doesn't have to be, permanent change, but a temporary change of your environment. Like if you home a lot, go to the park. If you at the park a lot, go to a goddamn movie theater or take yourself out to eat, or go to a lake, go to a waterfall, go to a mountain walk. Like go to certain things that can benefit you and this other version of you that you put to the side. All right. So, am I bugging or? Yeah, I'm bugging. So, what's the next one? Pause. All right. Use the present moment to center yourself. Ground yourself. Take your time. Observe. How you view your world is how your world is viewing you. Everybody has their own little thing, but it doesn't mean that their world is not as good as yours. The more you value yourself, the better your world gets. All right? Listen. Don't just hear what people say. Understand their heart when they're speaking. Understand their mind when they're speaking. Understand what their soul is presenting to the present moment, so that you're not just facing things from just a face value, but you're getting deeper into like the covers of the information. It's like a bed. You got the blankets, you got the little sheet under the blanket, and then you got the sheet itself. See, I'm different. I got 2 blankets, and they're like little big ass cloth blankets, and I got 1 sheet. If I tell you something that's just on the first blanket, but it's coming from the first sheet, you may miss everything that I'm trying to give you that is processing to the peak. But if you're able to slow down and maybe even ask a question or gain more clarity in what it is that you're trying to understand, you'll get better at listening. And when you try to gain better understanding with other people, you're going to get better at it with you. All right? And then you got learn. Now that you've done a consistent job with doing these things, learn your attributes, learn your strengths and weaknesses, learn the things that make you better, learn a new skill, learn something. Every day you have the opportunity to learn something. If you don't want to learn nothing that's going on externally, learn something about you, because whatever you learn about you is going to help you externally anyway. All right? Then you got to embrace your changes, embrace the dark sides of you, embrace the light sides of you more, embrace that you are fucking amazing. Embrace that you are like worth living, worth experiencing life, and you are worth being who you are. Don't let nobody change that shit. You are worth everything that you want you to be. So go for it, embrace it to the fullest, and don't throw it away, because there are so many people who wish they could have your position. There's so many people that wish they could have what you have. So why not embrace a little bit more than what you already do? And then the last part is nurture. Nurture your energy. Protect it. Guide it. Love it. Expand it. Observe it. And observe is part of the whole acronym anyway. So nurture your frequency. Nurture your energy. Maintain you a little bit more. And to even like dumb it down a little bit, even though I don't like to, but I'm gonna dumb it down a little bit just to make it a little bit more sense so we can hit all crowds, even from the YNs to the OGs. Respect yourself. Don't neglect yourself. Nurturing yourself is about respect and acceptance. Respect meaning you wouldn't let anything or anyone do something to you that you wouldn't do to nobody else or yourself. So speak up for yourself. Protect yourself. Laugh a little bit more with yourself and with others, because sometimes a laugh can kind of ease things away. You know what I'm saying? A good laugh is worth a lot. No cap. So, and then accepting yourself. Accept your gifts. Accept that you have a lot more than what you think you do, as far as creativity, as far as love, as far as ideas. Allow yourself to dive deeper into it and to let it build. It's like a seed. Nurture the seed, water the seed, speak to the seed. Speak to the motherfucker, speak to you. You know what I'm saying? And get better at understanding and acknowledging yourself more. Because the more you acknowledge you, the more you accept you, the better you'll get at building a relationship with yourself. Because you got to understand, everything that you've manifested is because you have matched that frequency. And I'm not like no goddamn guru or none shit like that, but it makes fucking sense. If you trying to do something in life, guess what? That something is on a certain level. You have to match the level to experience it. So if you want to match the level like a fucking video game, put in the work. The work doesn't have to necessarily mean chase a bag. The work don't have to necessarily mean sell some dope. The work don't have to necessarily mean be toxic. Just understand you. That's it. Just understand you more. Because the more you understand you, the more, I thought I was going to land smoothly, but the more you understand you, the more you get better at learning who you are. Who you are without social media. Who you are without your accounts. Who you are before you even scrolled or anything. The origins of you is the original aspect of you is the most authentic you. Connect to that. Because the more you connect to that and the more you be that consistently, the better you'll get at taking control of what matters in your life. Taking control of what really matters. Because when you take control of what matters, bro, talk about a whole load of stress off your shoulders. Like a whole load off your shoulders. Like, for real. So once again, we're going to summarize this up. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jared Cinco. This is my channel called Cinco Live. I talk about all the things I've learned in my week and put it all into one video. I go live today, which is every Thursday and every Friday. Thursday, I kind of did the little, you know what I'm saying, broke it down on my journal, brought it to y'all. Friday is going to be a little bit more of a free flow. You feel me? So to break down P.O.L.E.N as an acronym in very simple ways that we can leave on this in a very simple way. P.O.L.E.N, which is an acronym for pause, observe, listen, learn, embrace, nurture. Pause, slow down, take a breath, acknowledge you. Observe, whatever you're seeing, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, that is because your energy is matching that. So you can go back to pause and slow that shit down so that you can recognize, okay, I want to observe something better, or I want to get better at balancing how I see my life, how I see my reality. Slow yourself down. Listen. Do not listen to just people's words. Listen to what their heart is trying to say. Listen to what their mind may be trying to say. Listen to what their soul is saying. That's really number one. Listen to what their soul is saying. Because if you hear what the soul is saying, then that means your soul is listening to their soul. And guess what? All of our souls are interconnected in this life because we all experiencing the same plane of existence, the same earth. Everyone on this live, I don't care if you're on other sides of the planet, you're still on earth. So we theoretically, we low-key breathe the same air, just in different zones. You know what I'm saying? So if we can understand each other's words and what we say from a soul level, we can respect the zones of frequencies that we are in and give each other the assistance we need to be better as people. All right? Learn. As you learn how to speak, as you learn how to listen, learn the undercover versions of you that you've held back for so long and that you've hidden away for so long. And as you understand and learn these versions of you, embrace it. Because that version of you that you're embracing has been your protector, has been your fighter, has been your provider, has been your leader, and or all of the above has been your imaginary friend. Everybody had at least that one imaginary friend, but what if that imaginary friend was basically you? What if that imaginary friend was you? Imagine if that version of you was able to provide themselves back into reality with you, and because you've grown, they've grown behind the scenes, but has seen you grown so much, they can provide you with so much information, being an observer of your life. Nurture. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself like golden. Treat yourself like the king and or queen that you are, because you deserve it. We may not have all the dollars. We may not have all the shit we necessarily want, but we are everything we need. We are everything we need. I am enough. Say it with me. I am enough. Okay. I am enough. Okay, now I am enough. Embrace you, accept you, acknowledge you, because you are important. You deserve it. Love you. Peace out. If you're here right now, leave a like. If you want to listen to it from the beginning, go ahead, scroll back, subscribe for more. Peace and love to you. Jersey God.